driving. Here's the road. Here's Indiana.
Here's me driving.
So I keep driving. Here is nothing. This is where we moved to from beautiful California. Just kidding, fuck California. Rocky, question. What is like your favorite zombie movie?
Hold on. Get in cool mode.
Yeah. Get out of dad mode and get into cool mode.
Cut to cool mode. I think my favorite zombie movie would be the remake of Night of the Living Dead.
That was going to be my answer. Tom Savini. Yeah, I agree with you with that. I really enjoy that one. I think as far as remakes go, that one was done really, really well.
I think that's one of the rare circumstances where, in my opinion, the remake surpassed the original.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, for sure.
I mean, gotta give credit where credit's due. The original definitely launched the whole
zombie genre.
And zombies as we know it. There were other
true.
Zombie films before that, but that one, I think, pretty much, I don't know, created the modern zombie as we know it.
I agree with that. And also, Tony fucking Todd. Can't get any better than that shit, you know?
Fucking great lead.
It's so great. So great. I think that movie's highly unappreciative. I don't really hear about the remake of it at all. It's mostly just the 1968 version.
That's true.
Return of the Living Dead, which is also probably my second favorite zombie movie would be Return of the Living Dead.
You know what? I love that too, but this is, okay, I don't know, depending on the viewers, like, if this will be controversial or not, because we're jumping from classic defining zombie movies to, like, a more modern one. I think my second favorite one might be the remake of Dawn of the Dead from, what was that, like 2000-ish, 2002? I don't know what year.
Maybe like 04, maybe? But I don't know, something like that.
That's just a personal preference as far as like zombie movies that I find the most entertaining, and I think it was still like a really very credible film. Like, I thought it was done really well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I agree. I do like that one. I don't usually like fast zombies. That one is okay. That one's okay. I think it's done really, really good. It's not like where they have that one with Brad Pitt. I never watched it. It was like
oh yeah, I never watched it.
And like they're just like, no, I'm not fond of that.
The heavy amount of CGI in the trailer.
The CGI is always a kill for me.
Really turned me off.
Yeah, just ignore it.
But,
too much CGI sucks.
But to your point, what you were saying about the like, you typically don't like fast zombies.
Yeah.
So we've always had this thing about like fucking fast zombies. Like, they shouldn't be fast because they're dead. But I guess every zombie movie has its own set of zombie rules and their own definition of a zombie. So in some films, they're reanimated dead bodies, whereas other ones, it's like some type of virus or something. But I agree with you. I'm not a fan of the fast, athletic zombie. I prefer the flesh craving.
Or and also the zombies that like are so fast and they're just like they're smart, where they know like, we can hunt. And it's like, hunt.
Nothing pisses me off more than a zombie with cognitive ability.
Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, what? Unless it's
problem
like
solving.
Return of the Living Dead. They had some parts in there, but it's like
that movie's pure camp.
You know, it's camp as fuck.
It's excusable because
it's fun. It's fun.
It's not trying to be taken seriously.
Send more paramedics or send more police. You know, like, And the fucking little stinky lady that they hook up, and she's like, brains.
Yeah.
Brains.
Yeah, that movie
takes the pain away. Like, she has no vocal cords. She's half of a body. Like,
that movie gets
but
away.
it's great. It's great.
That movie gets away with a lot of things that I dislike in most zombie movies. Like, it gets a pass for talking zombies, problem-solving zombies, fast zombies.
Yeah, I agree.
Naked zombies.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that one. But
yeah. Even you love dead boobies.
Dead or alive. But yeah, that movie gets a pass with a lot of things. It's a great movie, but yeah, like you said, pure camp.
I'm trying to think of other zombie movies. I haven't watched too many because I'm kind of just like over that genre of horror.
It
Like,
became a trend, so it was like
so trendy with The Walking Dead and all that. Like,
it became mass produced and
just overkill,
cliched,
very cliched, and just so I kind of pass with that. There's a lot of movies that I pass on because I just don't think they're very good.
Oh shit!
I don't think
especially with the zombies though, it's like it has to have a unique twist to it, but like
which they don't. They don't.
At this point, it's just been done to death.
Done to death. Nothing new. Nothing original. Which
Hey, shout out to Mike Bland for the recommendation of what is it, Train to Busan?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but we started that movie, didn't finish it because we're old and we get sleepy. But it was off to a great start. I enjoyed it for a new zombie film. There's like 1,000 zombie movies, and we probably like 5 of them. But I enjoyed that one until we got sleepy.
Okay, so another.
And I don't like to read movies.
Okay,
because I'm dumb.
There is a zombie movie that's never been quite well. Okay, now wait. I don't know if it qualifies as a zombie movie because it's not the typical I get bit by a zombie and I come back or some bullshit,
Different rules for every movie.
Okay, so I would say Pet Sematary is definitely a zombie movie in some sort of way. They're fucking dead and coming back to life.
I agree.
And they're killing. They're not really like, oh, brains, but they want to fucking kill you. There's evil spirits of the, what is it, Wendigo? That possess people whose bodies were buried up there in the ancient burial ground because the ground is sour and fucking people don't listen.
Side note, we're talking about the original.
The original, not that bullshit remake bullshit shit they try to fucking.
Don't change the rules on me.
Don't change.
The book already exists.
The book
it's already
exists.
A story.
You're not, and if you're gonna change it so much, do it good. That was awful.
It was a best-selling
novel. Do I own
for a
it?
reason.
Yes, but I'm a collector of horror DVDs, and so I had to have it. Anyways, back to my point, if I can remember.
Which one?
A zombie. Oh, side note too. When me and him were together, maybe like a year or 2, we were in our backyard drinking. Well, actually, scratch that. Before that, I remember one time, long ass time ago, I was in the shower and getting ready and stuff, and it popped in my head like a sequel to Pet Sematary. Now, I do like the Pet Sematary sequel to the original one. Like, I really love that. Edward Furlong. Like, come on, what the fuck? That's great. But in my head, I made this whole sequel about, like, Allie growing up and returning, blah, blah, blah. And, like, it was pretty fucking great. And I started telling Rocky about it, and he tries to change it all up, but it's okay. We were both just kind of going off each other and throwing out different ideas. I really wish I would have wrote that shit down, because I think it would have been pretty fucking great. And now, all these years later, I can't remember shit of what I fucking thought of. So that's a bummer. Anyways, back to my point.
Which one? Fast Zombies?
No. Pet Cemetery being part of the zombie genre. I mean, it's a zombie child coming back. The wife comes back as a zombie. Pascal's not a zombie, but he's more of like a ghost, apparition, friendly.
You know what? A couple points on that. Like, if you're going to consider it a zombie film, which is a legitimate point. Like, it definitely is. But it's not your typical zombie film, because I would say 99% of zombie films are pretty much about the zombie apocalypse. It's usually like formulated like a bunch of strangers find themselves coping with the end of the world as they're trying to figure out what's going on, as this unknown plague is wiping out humanity, and then they deal with certain common themes like family members turning and people, and like they're trying to figure out what's going on because nobody apparently has ever seen a zombie movie before. That's typically the formula, but in this movie, it's like it's completely different. I won't go into what Pet Cemetery is, but it's a whole different animal, and it really only deals with what, like 2 or 3 people turning into zombies, and like isolated incidents of people being buried in the pet cemetery and being turned into a zombie.
And not even just people, animals.
Yeah.
Somebody dragged a whole fucking bull up there and fucking brought that prized bull back. Like,
but has nothing to do with the zombie apocalypse. Like, at the heart of it,
right?
It's like a weird twisted tale about.
Or should that still be considered a part of the zombie sub genre?
I mean, I think that taints it. But it definitely is a zombie because they are coming back as zombies. But but to me, it's like deeper than that because it's dealing with like grief and death. Like trying to deal with the death of a family member, a child. So it's a lot deeper than just.
And I think they always really shortchange Louis Creed, especially in the movie, because in the book, it's really hard to listen to. Like, I'm fine, hearing it, but like, it's pretty deep. It's pretty strong, and I feel like the original one, it just didn't go into enough depth with his character. And then in the second one, he was just a fucking prick, kind of, and it was like, I don't really,
as is Stephen King movies, it's like, you get an epic novel that spans, hours and hours and covers like months or years in the life of a human being and what they're going through.
Right.
And then they cut it down to an hour and a half.
Yeah, like it. Oh, that's another story. Like it.
You take a Stephen King novel, and there's so many subplots and sub-stories within it that just one of those little tiny subplots could be told in an hour and a half, and you got to cram an entire book into an hour and a half.
Even 3 hours, like it is a 44-hour book. I've only listened to it on audiobook 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know how to read.
It's not that I don't know how to read. It's just the only time I have to hear books. Or to read is by listening to them. But it's like 44 hours. How do you cram 44 hours into 3 hours, even 4 hours? Like, you don't. You're missing so much more. I feel like that one, when they did the remake, they wanted to sell it to people's phobia of clowns. That is not what the book is about. Not at all. Nothing, no. Pennywise
was just
It's not the
one
fucking book of It. It is It. It is It. And it's not It Pennywise. It's It.
Pennywise was one of the many faces.
Many faces of Derry.
Of It.
Of It.
Like, it was so difficult to describe that the children could only use the word It to describe what was going on.
What this was.
The concept of whatever it is.
And I feel like in the remake, they tried to go into a little bit more depth of the origin, but I don't know. Stephen King was on some good shit when he wrote that, because I was like,
yo, pass that shit.
I need that shit to understand what the fuck he is saying or what. But I mean, it was pretty fucking far out there, so it's like, I don't know if, like, that probably wouldn't read in a movie. But I mean, they don't even mention like the turtle. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I wish they would have broke it down. I mean, Jesus, Lord of the Rings had like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies eventually. You know,
I always said that I thought the only way to like really give the book It justice, to do it justice, would be to turn it into a long form mini-series, like, or I don't know if it's even considered a mini-series, but a series like Breaking Bad, where it just goes on for seasons and seasons and seasons on Netflix, unedited, and there's plenty of time to tell all of these stories, because they're like, you can take one chapter in the book It, and that's already an hour and a half, and it's good, entertaining, like a quality episode. So I think not only would that sell, I think, like, to me, that would be the only way to really do it justice. But Stephen King sucks at writing endings, right? So I don't know how the fuck they would work out the ending. I don't know how they would explain the macroverse and the gods and
the
weird
turtle
concepts
and how,
within the world that exists.
Okay, so with doing like an ongoing series like The Walking Dead or Breaking Bad or anything like that, the thing is that gets people hooked and to come back and keep watching is the added drama. Then you're totally fucking it up because you have to add that in there.
I thought there was enough drama.
But you know they're gonna fuck it up and try to add some other bullshit, and it's just like,
I think if they stuck to the book as close as possible. I mean, if it was entertaining enough for me to listen to for 44 hours, it would be entertaining enough for me to watch.
Right.
I mean,
no, I would totally watch it if it was that, but I feel like
once the studios get their
fucking
executive producers input their ideas,
it's a whole different thing. What were we watching where that happened? And they're like,
when we were watching The Outsider, we had just finished listening to the book. We heard that they were making it into a miniseries on HBO, and we saw the trailer, and we were so fucking hyped on it. It looked like it was gonna be great.
It started out really great.
The actors they picked were great, like, and I really enjoyed the novel. And it started out great, and slowly they started making all these little tweaks to the characters and to the plot. And a few episodes in, we were just like, it got to the point where it was just pissing us off. It's like, why is it like this?
Why
is she like that?
Like, why? It was fine the way it fucking was.
That is not the Holly Gibney I know.
Yeah.
She would never do that. Or like, why does she have supernatural powers? Like, why?
It's
like,
so uncalled for.
Like, yeah. So I mean, they take something that was already great. Obviously, the endings need tweaking, but like,
I know the end. Come on now, Stephen King. Really, that ending? Pinata head? Okay. Sorry, did I give it away?
But if you've seen the It remake, Stephen King knows. He's in on the joke.
He knows.
His endings suck.
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what was a good one.
It's Pet Cemetery. It's a
Yeah,
great ending.
that was a really great ending.
Sad, fucked up ending to a sad, fucked up.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know where this Red Robin is that we're driving?
I don't know, so I'm gonna put this camera down and find those directions.